are we in the right place for this? And she's like, oh, I don't know, maybe, maybe you look, I don't know, over there, maybe, I don't know. Like, what?
Why do
Like,
they have you
like,
here?
go, go do something else.
Go do something you know how to do.
Like, hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Kenya.
Welcome to this Sunday morning NFL football edition of
The This and That Chat. I'm your host.
Okay, I was gonna do the da 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 da.
No, that's
I know,
funny.
but listen, there was no way that my brain could process the song for our intro, separate it, and have me say da 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 da.
Really?
Yeah, it took me a minute.
The beauty of not wearing headphones on my end then.
Yeah,
Because
did you have it?
What?
Did you?
No.
Were you thinking the same thing?
No. I was thinking along similar lines.
Okay.
The one that we did yesterday with the drums. It's for Sunday Night Football.
Dun 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 dun. But
I
that has,
can feel it calling in the air tonight.
okay.
That one.
Go, keep going.
Okay. My point is
Keep
that
going, bro.
no, that's all. Everybody knows what song that is already.
I
If
know.
you watch Sunday Night Football,
Do you know how long I've been trying to get you to sing on the podcast?
we did sing.
No.
Yeah, we did.
No, you always
What
give
did
me.
we-
You
what
always
did we
give me
sing?
a half, like a half sing.
Oh,
You always do like this, like
there's
half,
never any call to sing.
and you just did though.
No, but I was just giving a little taste.
Oh.
That's all I was doing. Plus, what I was trying to say is that I was imagining the intro of our podcast merging into that.
That would have been cool.
So you were thinking about just the NFL on Fox. I was thinking about Sunday Night Football song. So we kind of were in the
But
same.
that's not the Sunday Night Football song.
Of course it is.
Bum 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 bum. Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay, so
Google it.
bro, that's it. I don't need to Google it.
It is?
It is. It's facts.
No way.
That's gospel right there.
What if you're wrong?
No, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Do you want to Google it?
Yes, I have to Google it. What am I Googling?
Well, it's Chris Stapleton. Just put what is the Sunday Night Football song?
What is
That
the-
way it's
what is the Sunday
completely
Okay.
unbiased.
What is the Sunday night? Wow, I cannot spell. What is the sub day?
Okay.
Good night.
It's because you've got your big
What is the
Your big
Sunday
fingers.
night football theme song? Bro, it's Carrie Underwood.
bro. You know what? I'm going to go back because I know which song that is.
Hold on.
Yeah. Sunday night, yes. So it's based on channel then,
Why?
because that's not the Sunday Night Football song. Yeah.
You remember it now?
Yeah, no, I know which song that is. But is that on ABC?
No, it's NBC's the one that does Sunday Night Football. You must have heard that somewhere else.
No. Now I have to Google it. Because I do remember but I wonder if they changed it. Although I feel like last season I heard her sing that song too.
Yeah, I think she started doing it in like 23 or 22. Because she got that contract. I think she used to do the Monday Night Football too. Was it? I don't even remember if it was her, but I do know that one of the things that they were talking about this year is that they have
Damn it.
what is it?
It's Monday Night Football.
The dun 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 dun. No way.
Bro.
Play it.
No, you Google it now. That way you can see it. I'm literally telling you that was my bad. That I was sure it's the theme song at night. Just wrong day. My bad. Dang, I think I could have bluffed my way into a win.
Hold on. But it's I thought that isn't that like the it is. They changed the song for Monday night and I never realized it.
Bro. Wait.
I can't believe they changed the song and I didn't even realize
Dang it. Monday Night Football.
Anyways,
So
So
Carrie
what-
has
Sunday night.
Sunday night.
And he
Chris
has-
Stapleton has Monday
yeah.
night.
So they one of the things that they were talking about was how confusing.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Today's episode is brought to you by
The great
freshly squeezed.
oranges from Florida.
1, 2, 3. Salute. Did
You know,
you
you have
say
to-
shots?
I said cheers. Do you know you have to look at each other in the eyes when you cheer?
Yes.
Otherwise,
7 years of bad luck.
oh, I was going to say, it doesn't taste as good.
I don't know. Tell me about bad luck.
No, it's something about you didn't
Just like
really
when you
wish
take
them
a shot.
a good cheer,
When you take a shot, you're supposed to hit it on the table first.
bro.
For real. You take the shot, you knock it on the table, and then you drink it.
So,
Anyways, hold on. Let me finish.
oh,
So that's one of the things that they were talking about. That the NFL has made it so difficult to watch football this year.
why?
Because you need to
This
have...
is news to me.
Yeah. So to watch Monday Night Football, you need to have ESPN. Otherwise, you can't watch the game.
Awesome.
Okay. Sunday football, we have Sunday NFL ticket. So that's going to be all the Sunday games. We're going to be able to see it. Monday night, we're not going to be able to see. You need Prime for Thursday. You need YouTube Live or whatever for the Friday night games that they have planned for the year. They say you need it's like 5 different subscriptions for you to be able to watch all of the games. Thankfully, Twitch comes in and we can just watch
Very
the games
handy.
that we can't see. But Sunday night, the Sunday NFL ticket we did get. Mm-hmm. It's cheaper this year, I think, than it was last year.
Well, they did something different
Yeah, they
this
did,
year.
like the monthly thing.
Yeah, which surprising to me that they were selling anything before when people had to pay everything up front.
Yeah, to me, I don't understand.
Everyone does monthly subscription.
Yeah, I don't understand why they did.
Oh, I know why.
Why they make it so difficult? Like the amount of money that goes into fandom, right? For the NFL especially, like, why is it so difficult for people to enjoy their teams? Like, I don't get the local blackout, right? Like, don't you want your team? Shouldn't it be a blackout for somewhere else? Like,
The team that's playing away,
right?
Right?
Yeah, make it a blackout for them. Make them pay the extra or whatever it is. But like for us here, so we love baseball, right? And anytime our team is playing the Marlins, you can't see the game because you have to have FanDuel to be able to do it, And Marlins, I think, are the only ones that do that because they're the one. Yeah, I think FanDuel has a special thing with them. But it's like the NFL is the same thing. Like, we're not Dolphin fans, obviously. Look at our gear, right? But you can't see a Dolphin game in Miami. You have to have certain subscriptions to be able to see any of it.
But do you think it's because they're trying to push you to go to the game in person? Like, if
I
you
don't-
want to watch it,
There's
you gotta
not that
go.
many. There's not that many. I think they want you to purchase these extra subscription stuff. And I guess it would work if your team, but like for us, like we're not going to pay, I'm not going to pay a FanDuel subscription to watch the Dodgers play the Marlins. You know, what we do with that was we just go on Twitch and we have to watch that game with somebody talking the entire time, but you know, whatever, you know, we get to still watch the game. But you know, for the NFL, thankfully our teams are not local, so we get to, you know, see them, you know, outside of that. But like both our teams are high profile this year, so there's a lot expected from the Broncos and there's a lot expected from the Ravens this year. So they're going to get those flex games where they're going to move them into prime spots. And I'm worried that we're going to miss some of those games because we're not going to be able to see them, you know?
I love how you're putting out all this negativity in the universe.
Sometimes.
Do you know what you sound like right now?
Negative Nancy?
No, you sound like the announcers yesterday when they were talking about
No.
Yamamoto.
You cannot.
And his perfect no-hitter.
Try again.
It was just a no-hitter. I'm saying he was being perfect.
Anyways.
Bro, talk about getting your heart broken, you know? I feel like I just woke up from a breakup.
Pain. I just had pain again. I'm crying internally.
Let's not ruin our day
talking about Let's talk about football. We've got football coming.
Listen. There's so many things. It's September. Can we just like bask in the glory that is that? It's September. You know the song that says it's the most wonderful time of the year? Mm-hmm. I don't think he was singing about Christmas time. I think he was. I don't know.
Sing the rest of the song.
You sing it.
No, I don't know the words.
My brother did that to me last year. I feel like
Funny
I talked
enough,
about it.
The episode that I just re-listened was that one.
Where he did that to me.
Where he did that,
and
yeah.
he laughed so much.
Yes.
Something about a cradle.
Away in a manger.
Away in a manger. Mm-hmm. I remember it was a holiday song.
Yep.
But the most wonderful time of the year for me cannot be contained to Christmas time.
I agree.
It starts right now.
Yes.
It starts in September. For me personally, I don't know about you. For me personally, I feel like everything that I look forward to happens during the span of the next 4 months. Okay. All the holidays that matter to me are here. Okay. Right? We go, I almost said balls to the wall. Almost said that.
Balls to the wall.
Okay. In decorating for Halloween and Christmas. So it's like our house never looks the way that it does during these last 4 months.
Yeah, we
the weather changes. I'm not done. The weather changes. You got me started. I am on my soapbox. Okay. And all of the shows that we love watching are also happening during this time right now. The summertime has some stuff, but like we're going into playoffs and World Series time right now. Football is back. When we watched Thursday's game and they're like, after 7 months off, we're back. I was like, it's been 7 months. I remember watching the Super Bowl earlier this year. I almost said last year because it feels like it was a year ago. And just feeling like, what's going to happen to our Sundays now? And surprisingly, we got our Sundays full of stuff.
Well, it took a little bit because we had to get into baseball.
Well, baseball really saved us.
I know, but baseball doesn't. You don't get Sunday. It doesn't like really start until April. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, but we caught up on movies.
Every year they push it back a little bit, and like I think we started like the last week of March this year. But, I mean, April, May, June, July, and August. That's what we would have on Sundays, but
no, not even really, because the Sunday night game you can't watch.
Yeah. But
It's different. It's not like football.
it's not the same.
Sunday
It's not,
is
it's
for
not
football.
It's not the intensity of
Right.
of the NFL. But September, we've got football comes in, baseball's on the tail end going into the playoffs, World Series, all that kind of stuff. All the decorating that we have. We have a couple vacations that are planned.
I was also going to say your work schedule
My
drastically
work
changes.
schedule changes completely. I actually
You
don't
beat me home
feel-
pretty
yeah,
much.
I don't feel stressed every single day. Like everything really just it takes a real big change, which is
Yeah,
a big
it slows
deal.
down.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. It just makes you just feel more relaxed. And so we have like certain like routines that we are accustomed to that take a break right after Super Bowl, and then once football starts again, we fall right back into it. Like let's talk about our Sunday routine because that's something that I absolutely love. So our Sunday routine we love that we do is we wake up in the morning, we have our breakfast, we come record, and after we record, like we are literally on the couch, 1 o'clock games, 4 o'clock games, 8 o'clock games, go to bed. And then in the in between,
There's only in
yeah. And then the in between, like we'll try and catch a little 30-minute nap maybe. We've got like our menu for today is like planned out. We've got chips and dip, but like a queso meat dip that is amazing. We got potato skins. We're ordering pizza tonight. Like there's just like we have things that just become part of our regular every Sunday, and we have that to look forward to, that we actually are kind of sad when we miss it, except for this Sunday coming up, because we're going to be
Oh my gosh, finally. Have we talked about this on the chat?
We have not. I don't think we have.
We haven't said we're going to Vegas?
We have not said we're going to Vegas.
Oh, wow.
So,
You know, it's funny because my parents and, well, I was going to say my family, really, found out that we're going on this trip. And I want to say, oh, excuse me. Whoa. Hey, I don't think I've ever yawned on this. You're the one who's been yawning a
we
lot.
had this conversation.
Really?
We have a whole episode about yawning.
No. But that was when we didn't have video.
Yes, but it's...
I remember that episode.
Yes, you were yawning too.
Yeah. But I feel like that's been the only other time.
No.
I'm still coming out of some medication that I took. And I feel like I'm still feeling the grogginess of it. No, the grogginess of it. It's been a rough go with just like a flare up of back pain.
Yes.
And when it gets to be at a certain point, I have to take a muscle relaxer. And I rarely, that bottle is full. Okay. I think I've taken 4 pills from that bottle since I've had it, and it's expired. So that's just how long it's in between waiting, but it's still potent. So
Yep.
In case people don't know, did you know that you have 10 years on medication before
Yeah,
it
it's a
actually
safety.
starts to deteriorate? No, bro, it's not a safety.
No, it's a safety measure for...
I'm going to put it out there.
the stores.
It's the pharmaceutical companies making money. They don't want you to take your expired medicine next year. They want you to go to your doctor and get a new prescription
you
and
screaming
pay
at me?
again. Bro, you're getting me on a soapbox.
Bro,
Second time.
Get off.
Second time. All right. But we'll go in order. We did just come back from a lovely Labor Day weekend getaway that I think we did talk about that.
Right.
That we went up to the Carolinas. And it just so happened to be one of our niece's birthday parties at the same time. And you know what? I've said this to my family. I do not prefer to go for their birthdays. Okay, so 2 of my sisters live in the same property, right? Each with separate homes, but I'm saying like they're right there, right? And so, and these are the only sisters with nieces and nephews for us, right? No one else has them. So the great thing is that when you go there, you get to see them all at the same time. And we've never been there for any of their birthdays whatsoever, and that's by choice. People might say, but why? Why would you not want to go to their birthday? The thing is that that trip for their birthday would be so small. It would be like this huge U-turn trip is what I call it, right? Like the Labor Day we had Friday that we
We were there
arrived.
4 days.
Right. Even though it was that night, but it was still, Friday. And then you have a long weekend. A long weekend, different. Usually their birthdays do not land on any kind of long weekend. And it would just be Saturday, Sunday trip, which is insane, right? And here's the thing. It's not just the shortness of the trip, right? But it's also the fact that everybody wants the kids. So whatever attention I'm looking for to be able to sit with them and play with them, there's 10 other people who want to do the same thing. So it's very fractured, the amount of time you can have. And I'm thinking like I'd rather go when I can soak that up. And they are so loved. There are so many people who are at their birthday party that it's not like they're in a little corner,
Right.
wistfully
Well,
thinking
there was
my Auntie
there's
Kay and my
craziness.
Uncle Peter Rabbit didn't come. Do you understand
Right.
what? What were
I'm
you
saying there's so much craziness going on, because I mean, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was like 15 people, 16 people, 5,
Don't wait for me to verify. We'll just run with that. That's okay. We'll verify later.
10, 11, 19. There was 19 people that all of a sudden at 2 o'clock in the afternoon were all there. And there was stuff going on outside, stuff going on inside. There was just all this craziness going on. There's no way you're not going to get any time with them. And we, even though we were there, we had the days before and the days after. During the party, I don't think I interacted very much with the kids because the ones who weren't staying there and who came to the house, they all took their turns.
Exactly.
And then we had our time afterwards.
Exactly. And that's the thing, right? Also, let's say that I were able to manipulate the kids' time. There are siblings that I only get to see if they visit because they don't live there, right? So I have my 2 sisters and my parents there that I can see and the kiddos. But everyone else who visits, like I'm trying to catch up with them too, right? So it was a fantastic time and it just landed that way, right? And she was so happy that we were there. But it was something different that we did. And you even made a comment about it's kind of opened your eyes
we caught a bug.
to, hey, maybe we could just like do little long weekend travels to pretty much anywhere. We have miles that we're saving. I don't know what we're saving them for, but
We'll figure it out. It was like, so we did something different that we've never done before. So we always take an Uber up to the airport or to the port or wherever, whenever we're going on a trip. And we always say the same thing. Man, how nice would it be for us to come home, just jump in our truck and come home? Not have to wait for anybody, not be worried about somebody else driving or whatever. And this time I was like, listen, we're going to be 4 days. It's the same. It's going to cost us the same as if we were to take an Uber there and an Uber back home. And we went in our truck, parked our truck at the airport, and went on our trip, came home, jumped in our truck, went home. And it was absolutely phenomenal. I don't know that there will be a reason for us not to do that in the future. Even if it costs us a little bit more, I think it's worth the
convenience.
The convenience and the peace of mind of just being able to just go and jump in our truck and go home.
We use this as okay, let's see how we find Bessie. Is she safe? And we didn't even get prime parking. because we ended up parking outside of the garage
At the
in the
top of
roof.
the garage.
So we didn't have the cover. If it had been raining, that would have been awful. All right. So
I would have just
we
gone.
also were running. The way that we got to the airport was I'm telling you, it's like, to me, it's a sure way to,
Well, hold on. To be fair,
wait, but
you
what's the word I'm
worked
looking for?
chaotic,
No. The way I feel.
stressful.
Yeah, it's a sure way to stress me out. And
Yeah,
I feel
the
like
thing
sour
is-
my mood even.
But hold on. Let's be fair. You worked that morning. You had to come home, and we left from the house. 2, we got there with plenty of time.
I don't feel that at all. Plenty of time is not you approaching the gate as they're saying, we are now boarding your number. They
were on the number before. They were on 4, and then they went to 5.
While you were in the bathroom.
I know, but that's us already. We were already there. We already went through TSA. We already went through.
I know,
all
but
that
then
kind of
you
stuff.
went through the bathroom, and as you came out, they said, now we're boarding your number.
Oh, gosh.
That's, to me, that's too close. I don't need to be there 2 hours before sitting in a chair either. Okay. That's not what I need. But I felt it didn't give us any time to find a parking spot, because when we were in the garage, it would say, oh, there's a couple parking. If we had had time, we could have looked, and we could have left our car parked in a space where we weren't going to get wet if it was raining.
The other thing too,
we could have gotten lost in Concourse D. We could have gone to the right side of TSA, where it wasn't the overflow side that we ended up going to. There's just all these things that, had we arrived, let's say 20, 30 minutes before they're calling our number, to me, that's arriving with plenty of time.
the other thing too is American flies out of Concourse D in Miami International. And we were an overflow flight that got pushed to Concourse E. And then the way I went and I parked and stuff was all to do Concourse D. The Metro Mover, the People Mover, whatever they call it, was broken. So it ended up us having to go back out, go around. Like, there were other things that happened that's why they say to get there early, so that you have those extra things.
Correct.
But
and
then the lady, the people there to help us, the lady at the, she's the one that's managing the people coming into the different concourse, and you show her our ticket, and you're like, are we in the right place for this? And she's like, oh, I don't know, maybe, maybe you look, I don't know, over there, maybe, I don't know. What?
Why do they have you here?
Go do something else.
Go do something you know how to do.
That's not where you should be sitting. Anyways.
No, and then to have to sit in the flight for an hour.
That
waiting to take off.
That to me is the worst. For me, I cannot stand just sitting somewhere, not moving.
No, and then it's uncomfortable. So for whatever our flight time was, add an hour to that as well. Because we were in our chairs, ready to go. For an extra hour, we didn't need to be there.
Can we talk about something that I was a little bit bothered about?
Perturbed. Were you perturbed or vexed?
Vexed.
Ooh.
Is vexed worse?
It's stronger.
Perturbed.
Okay.
Okay, so we were sitting on the runway, right, ready to take off, but we couldn't leave because the weather, whatever reason.
Well, I mean, it was lightning, and there was someone working on the bottom of the plane.
Okay.
On a big metal container.
Whatever. Job. It's
hazards of the job.
What was I saying? Oh, so the guy that was sitting next to me, right, because of the hour delay, was going to miss his connecting flight in Charlotte when we landed. So he decides, I'm getting up and I'm going. I'm getting off the plane. He took him and his partner On the other side, off the plane. I look at you and I'm like, bro, how lucky are we? We've got extra space because the guy's not here. 2 minutes later, somebody's sitting in the chair. Because they had people sitting outside waiting to be able to take the flight.
What do you mean?
They were on wait list.
Oh.
So if people got off, it opened up seats, they filled the plane back up. So I was this close.
See, I don't understand that. Because right now you've thrown me for a loop, okay? Because right before our flight took off, we got messages saying if we moved our flight, they were going to give us some sort of a credit, right? Up to $600, they said to you, right? So we definitely did not pay $600 for the ticket. So that's a lot more. Plus, they'll book you on another flight. Right? So it's an extra $600 that you're getting, right? And I was just thinking, if they were trying to get all the people from the outside, I was thinking, oh, well, they make more money because they sold a ticket to them. But if you're giving away $600, then you're losing money.
Yeah,
so why were they?
They're giving you $600 in credits for a flight.
No, it did not say that. It didn't say they were giving you that.
They're not giving you $600 like cash.
Why not?
Bro, why didn't we do it?
What if you needed to get a hotel and food and transportation to where you're going? They have to give you $600.
Oh,
okay.
I'm looking at that next time very differently.
Okay, but my point is, if they're giving stuff away, then they're not really making anything, getting more people on the plane.
I'm sure they are. There has to be...
I thought maybe they sold the same seat twice.
I think what they probably end up doing is they probably move you to a flight that isn't commonly filled, so they lose money in there, and they'd rather put a body in there on the price of that ticket.
I don't know. It's just
because the price of the ticket, they're still making it back. There's so much that we don't understand on the backside of how these things work.
I just wonder what happened. I wonder what happened. If they were, definitely it was a completely full flight and they wanted people to get off.
Yeah.
So it's weird, but I was going to tell you.
That flight goes every single day to Charlotte and back.
Wow.
That's the only thing that it does, because there was a guy that was in front that was talking and he was saying, he's like, oh, I take this flight every single Tuesday and every single Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah. So to think, I don't know. Could you have a job that you have to be on the plane all the time? Do you feel that you could do that?
Wait, you're asking me two different questions. Is there a job that you'd have to?
No. Could you be in a job that requires you to be constantly flying and moving?
No, I would not prefer that at all.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Even if it was like you still turn around and come home and all that stuff. The hassle of the airport, I hate.
You imagine having to go to the airport every single morning?
I hate it so much. I hate Miami International. It was so terrible. It was so terrible. And just to imagine, you have to park, you have to go through that. And
we're flying out of there again.
Yeah, I know. Several times. So,
more convenient.
What I was going to say is, I don't know if you know that when my parents went to Switzerland, they sold the same seat twice.
Yes, your dad told me.
And the only reason they were able to keep it was because they were there first. Yet another reason why arriving early is so important. Because
what would they have done? Just told them to get off?
Huh? If they couldn't fit the other people, then they were going to have to refund them or do something. But
goodness, an international flight. You're in another country.
But they told them the only reason that they're leaving them there is because they were there first. So and that flight was delayed. A lot. So even delayed, they made that line first.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
I don't know. That's too much for me.
But speaking about birthday parties, since that's where we were this weekend, I was thinking about how I feel like a birthday party or a holiday party is a holiday party. No, I want to say maybe just a birthday party. Maybe. It's essentially the only excuse that people have to be able to break a diet or some sort of meal plan. Meal. Is it meal plan? Or what am I trying to say?
A diet.
Yeah, but for some people, it's not. I feel like diet conjures up images in people's minds
But that's the
of.
problem, though. People say, "Oh no, I'm on a diet." No, you're eating like what you eat is your diet, whether it's good food or bad food.
Oh, I guess, right? You're right. That's a very thing. But I'm saying I feel like a word or anything that requires additional explanation it's not good, right? Because it takes too much time to retrain people. But most people hear diet and they think, "Oh, you're doing a diet," right? And not like you're saying, which is correct, right? Everybody's on some kind of diet, but if you're eating a certain type of way, a birthday party, I feel, from all the other parties that you go to, is the only place where you are excused and almost expected, nay, required to participate, right? The looks that you get if you're like, "No, no cake for me." What? No cake for you? You need cake, right? Where anywhere else, if you said, "Oh no, I'm staying away from sweets," they're like, the person with the sweet puts the sweet down because now I'm being judged. Okay. But at a birthday, it's almost like now you've insulted the person who's celebrating the birthday. You don't want to partake in my cake, right? And I was just thinking that with the differences, right? Where you have that at a birthday party and anywhere else, people are almost eyeing what you're eating, right? And yesterday we were at a baseball game and we saw it's a ballpark, right? People are eating burgers. You're eating chicken tenders. You're eating fries. You're eating hot dogs. You're eating gooey stuff, pizza. Okay. And there in my
Drinking
life,
Pepsi,
in my life, what's that?
drinking Pepsi,
Drinking Pepsi. Drinking Pepsi,
which
drinking
you're
beer.
which you're not allowed to drink anymore. Way too hyper.
Okay, sorry. My train of thought was just I was going to say disheveled. That's not the word I was looking for.
Diet pizza.
No, I
hot
got
dogs.
it. We saw, I've never seen this in my life. A lady eating a bowl of salad at a ballpark, right? I didn't even know that you could buy a salad at a ballpark. And I mean, obviously, they have to have options because some people don't eat meat. So, and fries isn't really food. So, you can't just expect like the only choice you're going to have is to be able to do that. Or if you're on a very, very strict no dairy, all that stuff. So you can't even have pizza, even if it has no meat, right? So you have to have a salad, I guess. But in my life, I've never seen anybody eating a salad at a ballpark, right? And I was starting a conversation with you earlier this week about how, like, all the negative things that come from being on a restricted eating space, right? So you never heard about anyone almost dying after eating a pizza, right? Or almost dying after having fries and a burger or a Pepsi, since you threw that out there, right? You don't hear that at all. And yet, Dustin May, used to be a pitcher for the Dodgers, all right, almost died. He had life-saving surgery because a piece of lettuce got stuck in his esophagus and it tore his esophagus from him coughing.
Hold on. I'm going to throw you a plot twist.
Okay.
What if there's so many people dying from eating cheeseburgers and fries and hot dogs that you don't hear about it because they just stopped reporting on it?
I'm sure that's what millions of people are going to say.
Because the salad incident was so dramatic that they had to report on it.
I guess. Nobody ever looks at their burger. Nobody ever looks at that burger or that. I mean, I know people who die for fries. Mm-hmm. Okay. Nobody ever got that served to them and they said, ew. Okay. No.
Do you remember, the guy I was telling you about, the competitive eater, the beard meets food? Mm-hmm. So he hates fries. I think he's learned to not like them because it's the hardest part in the challenges that he does. So he always leaves, and he always ends up leaving them for last. So like he'll, make sure like if there's like a gravy or something that's in the food or a cheese sauce or any of that kind of stuff, he always leaves it to go together with the fries. But the entire time that he's eating the fries, he goes, I can enjoy a little bit of fries. He goes, but an abundant amount, like what they usually put in these competitions or in these challenges, he says that he hates because it becomes, the reason why I'm telling you this is because his definition of what fries are, I agree with him 100%. Fries are the thing that becomes repetitive in your meal because of the amount that you're always given. You're given one burger, right? And the burger, you can go through the burger, but then you have a tray of fries or a thing of fries, and there's 50 or 60 fries that are in there. And as you go through them, you don't take the same size bite of fries that you do a burger. So you can eat a burger in 10 bites. It takes you 30 bites of fries to be able to finish it. So I can see why people would look at it and be like, it's so redundant. It's so repetitive. It's the same thing. Like I'm done with it.
Really?
It even happened to us yesterday though. After we ate our food before the game. That's not the reason. Stayed?
But that's not the reason why. For me, anyway, that's not the reason why.
Okay.
For me, it's because they serve you too much of it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's the thing.
But that's not how they.
Too much.
But some people, there's an exaggerated amount that they give you. It's not proportion to what you just had.
Right.
A proportion stuff, and that would be of anything. If you had an enormous burger that was served to you, you'd probably not be able to finish it all because it's just too much. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Plus, not all fries taste the same. There's some fries that are soggy. Nobody can get through that. There's some fries that are baked. There's wedges. There's waffle fries. There's some fries that are so fried that it's like you're eating
a stick.
And you're just crunching on a carrot that's been fried. Okay. So I feel like it really depends. Are they loaded? Are they not? Are they too salty? There's so many things that depend on that, where people went from eating a regular size amount of fries to asking for super size fries because McDonald's has some sort of special recipe for their fries that I think, I'm not sure, so don't quote me on this, I think it turned out that they're not really fries at all. That they're fake or something.
I think McDonald's has real. I think it's real.
I think there was some article that was saying that their fries are actually just synthetic something. Who knows if that's why they're so addictive, right? Because a person can sit down and eat an entire bag of chips, but it can't be just any chip, right? It has to be the type of chip that they like, right? So I feel like it's the same thing for fries. I feel like there's people who could just order fries. I remember in the early days just wanting fries and a milkshake. That was the perfect combo. And you can eat all the fries that they put in front of you, and you just eat that.
Did you ever dip your fries in the milkshake? That was a thing.
I'm sure people do weird things with their food that it's just, to each their own. But what I was saying about the ill part was because some years ago, my sisters and took all the kids to the zoo, right? And my mom and I went to the zoo as well. And at that time, we were both doing a very restrictive eating, and it was just no burger, no fries, no hot dog, nothing, right? What do you have available? And they had, we'll say, a chicken Caesar or a mixed green salad, right? And I ordered one for her, one for me. Mind you, everybody else is getting fries and a burger and a drink and everything. We're like, water and a salad, please. Okay. And they look around like, we actually have those things? And someone's like, I'll get it. It's not out. They had them out, fake ones, so you can look at the food. So they go out into a freezer in the back, and we see them come back with two tiny little bowls that were like $10 each, right? And they're like, here you go. And it's like the lettuce is crispy, but not in a good way. It's frozen. And you know what happens to frozen lettuce after
It gets soggy.
Okay.
It gets muddy.
Have you ever made that face for a burger?
Never.
Okay.
Who's going to make a face for a burger like that?
That's what I'm saying, okay? That's what I'm saying. I'm just going through, like, it doesn't sell itself. Like, it's not very convincing when you start looking at all these things, okay? So, and I feel like you interrupted me about Dustin May with his whole thing, but it did happen, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I don't remember what was the point that you were making with that. But when they bring out our salad, we even chose on purpose to not sit with everybody because we didn't want to smell the amazing meal that they had just gotten, right? So we decided to sit on our own, like two dejected women, right? They were taking up 2 tables here, and we are like in this little table right here. We open up our salad, put our dressing, mild dressing, salt, pepper, a little bit of oil, whatever little thing they had there, right? And we start eating. And the moment we dig in, I don't remember who was, a tomato just falls on the ground. It's like one of 2 tomatoes. And it just fell. And it was like gold, which just fell on the floor, right? And you're like, okay, I have to be more careful. And halfway through this salad, right now I feel like I've blocked it. And I can't remember if it was her salad or my salad that we start studying. I don't remember whose it was. I almost feel like it was mine. And it's like, what's that? What's that? There's some blue jello inside of it. Like someone scooped out blue jello and put it in the salad. There's nothing blue in the salad, so there's no reason for there to be blue jello. And it's just sitting there. God knows how much of it I've eaten already, okay? And my mom isn't even done because you're literally chewing one leaf at a time, okay? Trying to just get through this. And we've been walking and you're hungry, And then I show her the jello. And she was like, I can't eat my salad anymore.
Did you take them back?
No. What are you going to do now?
I'd go get my money.
So 2 salad bowls that were absolutely bland, frozen, terrible. Like, you don't, unless you go to a bad restaurant, they're not going to serve you that in regular food, right? And then you look at this, right? Like, I have a girl at work who she is like a complete vegetarian. I always forget who's the one who's super, super strict. No dairy, no fish. Like, you're just
Is
eating
it vegetarian?
grains. Yeah, because I think vegan you can have dairy. I want to say
I think vegan you can have.
dairy at least.
And I think you can have eggs.
Oh, eggs. Okay. Well, she's like on the strict side, whatever that is. Okay. Let's get the definition of vegetarian and vegan.
Vegetarians avoid all meat, poultry, and fish. They just eat plant-based foods, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes. That's it.
That's it. Okay. So that's what she's on. Okay. Vegetarian, right?
They some vegetarians do eat eggs, dairy products. So it's called lacto-ovo vegetarians or lacto-vegetarians.
Oh, interesting. Wonder what the difference is with a vegan then.
A vegan will have dairy and eggs as part of their regular. And then they'll consume animal products, including honey.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, sorry. Vegans exclude everything. They do not eat any type of animal products. Nothing byproduct of an animal.
Okay.
So vegan is the more strict one.
The more strict one. Okay, so that's what she is, right? And over the course of some time, she was getting sicker and sicker and sicker, right? And at the end of it, she ended up having to go to the hospital, getting checked out and everything. And it ended up being the diet that she had was not providing her the proper balance of what she needs, right? So diet gets changed, and all of a sudden, here you go, brand new person. You know what I'm saying? Last one. So many people, and we're switching it up now, right? To working out. So many of my patients come in with knee pain, back pain, and it is all due to I hurt myself at the gym. I know it. I've been doing a lot of squats and I felt something pull. I felt this. My knee, a lot of it is in the knees because you're putting a lot of pressure there, right? And now they can't work out. Now they're hobbling. Now you've just lined up for yourself physical therapy, more studies, injections, whatever it is, right? To overcome your body saying, you're pushing me too hard. Slow down. Take it easy, right? So when you think about it, when you try to sell it to people, hey, you should work out. You should diet in the sense that people see dieting, right? It just doesn't have a positive history, I would say, with people for them to say, I totally want to get on this. This is exciting. This is a new chapter in my life. I don't feel that. I feel that for the most part, people dread the thought of having to work out and they dread thinking about dieting because that just means you have to give up everything you love.
I think what happens sometimes though is that people are trying. It's the extreme. It's when you jump from nothing to 100, and then it's like that's why there's so much of this yo-yo that goes on.
Correct. So here's my thing, right? I'm getting to something with this because I feel like for everybody who's listening, this has been a don't work out and don't diet bit, right? That's what the message I'm trying to get out there. No, I feel like I'm acknowledging all of the terrible aspects of it, right? And that's just facts. But it comes down to what's going on inside your body, right? If we could wear our insides on our outsides and you could see this person here, their stomach is leaking, right? It has holes in it and it's leaking acid because of the amount of alcohol you're drinking or the amount of acidic food that you're eating, whatever it is, right? You'd stop it, right? Like you'd find a way to stop that. Don't you think?
Some people would, some people won't. Some people don't care, even if they're given death sentences.
I know, but it's because you can't see it. I feel like at the end of the day, it's all because you can't see what's going on in your body. And this goes for drinking, for medication that you're taking. Like people are so quick to jump and say, just give me medicine for that. Right? No, they don't want to go do physical therapy because physical therapy is 24 sessions and it's time that I don't have to go somewhere and have somebody, teach me to do this with my arm,
The mentality of, oh, just give me a medicine for it. That's a big thing that is pushed with these doctors. That's how they make their money. So, like, I'll use my grandparents as an example. They're 80 something years old. And every time they go to the clinic, they come home with 3 or 4 new prescriptions because it's easy. It's easy money. That's what these clinics are about.
I feel like we had an episode where we talked about
a little bit about that, yeah. And my parents are now in the age where they're going to the same clinic that my grandparents are going to. And my dad tells me all the time, he's like, I have to always tell them, I'm like, no, stop prescribing stuff so quickly. Like let's try something else. Like I don't want it to all just be a pill. So I personally think it's just an easy out for the doctors.
Again,
in some of these places. I'm not saying every doctor is like that, but
again, I go back to when you're trying to educate the public on something, somebody who is under your care for whatever reason, right? You don't have the time to spend with them to tell them, okay, we're going to do this regimen of holistic medicine, right? For you to see if it'll get you better. Because you don't have the time to dedicate to this one person.
Well, you're only going to see them once every 8 months. 9 months.
And if they come, right? So instead of having a lawsuit later that says, well, you didn't do anything about it, it's easy to just, here you go. This at least is something you can do. Take your pill. Take your pill and that will help you with this. Could you do XYZ and get the same result? Yes, but you're not going to. And then at the end of the day, someone's going to point the finger at you and say, you didn't do anything about it.
Right.
Do you understand? So the doctor doesn't see any dollar from the prescription that they write. So on their end, that's not what it is. I do think that the prescription companies
there's kickbacks.
I don't think so.
For the prescriptions that I'm sure there is.
It's unethical. Are some people doing that? Sure, but that's something that's very that it's talked about a lot. Mm-hmm. So what I do think is that in school they're told this is how you deal with this. All the test questions that you get are, if somebody presents with XYZ symptoms, what kind of study would you do and what medication would you give? There's never any conversation about what holistic medicine could you do? What, vitamins and supplements, and there's no conversation about that whatsoever. Because the only people who have published studies are pharmaceutical companies with their medicine. Nobody has a study out there saying, if you walk 30 minutes a day and you do this, look at what we showed improvement here. if you do Pilates for this much time, look at the improvement in your flexibility. And there's none of that.
Right.
So at the end of the day, that's where you end up. But I was wondering about that, right? Because I was thinking about how you just end up, and for everything, I think it's like if out of sight, out of mind. People want to eat the burger, but they don't want to meet the cow, kind of thing, right?
I don't mind meeting the cow. I'd be like, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your sacrifice. Right? Yeah. So it was just a random soapbox, I guess. I think there was an expectation of something funny coming out of it, and it was just a thought that I had.
Yeah. We'll call this episode Denise's soapbox, or kept me as soapbox. Or not. Or not.
Oh,
I'm going to stop.
No,
I'm going to stop.
Yeah. I was going to talk to you about that. And I'm glad you brought it up here, because I was actually going to talk to you offline about that. Right. And I was going to tell you that once upon a time, our episodes were named after they were done being recorded, with always something that was tying them to that episode. There was something in the title that was giving you a little something about what was going on, not necessarily anything that was said.
Right.
And then it happened in an episode that something was said, and it was like, oh, that's going to be the title of the episode. And then somewhere along the way, it became the way to get the title of the episode. But I want to go back to the way that it was, our
titles really don't have very much attachment to what we were saying. Sometimes it's just a random phrase that just gets thrown out there.
That's the point, though, is that I feel like when we know, we know. We both have the moment, and there's times but we went on a long streak. I feel it was a long streak of that happening, and then all of a sudden it didn't happen. It got forced. People were told it was going to be the name, and then they tuned in next time, and they were like, "Where did that name come from?" Okay, but you did tell me it was the one We Tried Too Hard. Mm-hmm. You did tell me something about was said. We said
something in there,
but not as the title,
right? But we didn't even realize that we said that. We're just like, man, we're just trying too hard, and then we ended up naming it We Tried Too Hard.
Exactly. So definitely, I want to go back to how it was before. With sometimes it'll happen during the episode, and sometimes it'll be after the episode. It just depends, because I did feel that after that episode, we reached the end of the following episode, and we still didn't have a name, and then it became like a scramble of, that right there.
It was funny though. We did have like, I think we threw out like 10 different names, and it was just horrible.
It was.
And none of it ended up being.
It was so horrible, and I hated it so much.
It ended up being that.
So Vegas. All right. I was when you mentioned it, I was going to say, did you bring it up to my parents? Because I feel I hadn't said anything about our trip, because
I was having a conversation.
The forefront of the trip. I'm sorry. The forefront of the trip was that we were going to see them. So I only talked to them about the next trip, right? And if this is the trip where we're going to go see you, we're only talking about this trip.
Yeah, I think I was talking to your dad because we were talking about having to sit in the plane for such a long time, and they had just finished their trip to Switzerland, and how they were sitting in a plane for a long time, and your mom was talking about she only got up twice. She just sat in the chair the entire time, and your dad had to get up a couple times to just walk around because it was getting too much. And I said, I can't. There's no way that I could.
He had like really bad leg pains when he got out.
I was like, I could not even think about having to sit for that long. I mean, I know I would have to do it if that's going to be our trip. And I said, I don't know. I'm hopefully I'm going to be okay next week. He's like, where are you going next week? I'm like, we're going to Vegas. And he's like, going to Vegas? Since when are you going to Vegas? We've been going to Vegas for a while. And then I think that's where the conversation started. So it was all just because your dad was talking about how long they had to sit in their trip.
I see. Because, I can't remember actually being the one who brought to who brought it up. But then on Friday, I was talking with Mel, and she said, "Oh, and what's this trip that you're going on?" So it's already made it around that we're going on a trip, right?
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and so it was like, "Oh, yeah, to Vegas." And but her response was like, "Oh, and what are you doing in Vegas?" Like, So,
What happens in Vegas stays in
But-
Vegas.
but the part that was interesting is that nobody seems surprised. You understand? It was just like, "Oh, Vegas." Like it's
I've told
nothing to sneeze at,
I've told a few people that we're going to Vegas, and I've gotten mixed results. Oh, I love Vegas. We go there every year, whatever, that kind of stuff. Or, I went to Vegas and I really wasn't that excited.
How much money did you lose?
So here's my thing. No. So here's my question. This is the follow-up question. Have you ever been to New York? And they're like, yeah, it was kind of like the same thing. We did the touristy things, but then that was it. So to me, I know that they are not that type of people that are going to enjoy it. If they didn't enjoy New York, they're not going to enjoy Vegas, right? Because it has a similar vibe, different worlds, right? But it's a similar vibe. I enjoyed New York with Mike, and I know that you are going to enjoy New York the same way that I enjoyed it. So I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to enjoy Vegas. My mom and dad went to Vegas, and they enjoyed it. They were only there, I think, 2 days, like 2 full days, and then the flights. We're going to be there 5 days.
I know.
So, we have stuff planned. Like, we fly in on Thursday. We have a show Thursday night. Cirque du Soleil, I think, is on Thursday night.
I don't remember.
So, like, we have a show on Thursday night. Then we have a show on Friday night. We have a show on Saturday night. We have a show on Sunday night. Monday we don't have any show because we fly back on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But like we have something planned every single day that we're gonna do, and then we got a
full schedule.
As a full schedule. Then we got this like gem of a list from Mike's girlfriend that is going to like enhance the stuff that we're going to do, because those are the little things that you kind of miss as a tourist, but because she lived there for so long, we're going to be able to take advantage of knowing, some of those little spots. Like there's you had talked about like Chinese food or whatever, and she's like, oh, here are 3 restaurants. This one's at the top, this one's in the middle, this one's at the bottom, this one's the cheap, quick if you just want to grab something, this is if you want to enjoy. You've got to go to this place, you got to see this show, there's a free botanical garden that you can walk through. There's like all this like little stuff that unless you're from that area, you're going to miss out.
Yeah.
So I feel like those are all really great tips that we're going to be able to take advantage of, and we're going to be able to really enjoy in that space.
Well, what I was trying to say when I was saying full schedule is that we have stuff that we want to do during the day, like museums and certain spots that are, must see, right? So we already knew certain things that we wanted to do. And in that, with the list that she sent, we were able to see many things that we had on our list already were also recommended by her. Mm-hmm. So now we know, hey, that's a winner right there. Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and there's no way that we'll be able to do everything that's on the list, because it's an abundant amount of stuff. But there are things that we're adding from that list that I think are just there's going to be a lot of fun. So, but early morning fright. Early morning fright.
Whoa. Oh God.
Early morning flight gets us there super early on Thursday. Is that you or?
Yeah, that's me.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
It's hard when I have the headphones on because I only hear a little bit of something, whatever gets picked up on the mic. So, we're going to have just amazing, full, fun days and another short week of work, which is great.
I love that.
Not going to complain about that.
I love that.
So, but I don't know that we're going to be able to put out an episode the following week because we'll be coming back.
Correct. Yeah. So, I forgot. So
I didn't even
people
think
are
about that.
tuning in after missing one.
Yes.
Because we were gone, and
Right.
then we're going to be gone again. But then we're here all the way up through December.
Yes.
So we're not going anywhere else. I mean, we are taking
we
a
have
small
trips,
trip.
but they're all small stuff.
And maybe we can get an in between, because I feel like now that your schedule changes as well, you being home earlier and being rested and everything, if it's one of those days where it's like, hey, let's record, you're
Yep.
already here, you're not coming late.
Yep. Yeah.
So-
That way we can have a couple episodes banked so we can throw them.
Yeah,
in there
this
if we need
scares
them.
me. What number is this?
I have no idea.
Okay, and we put out a call.
I've already been looking, and I've already been looking, and we did get someone to confirm.
Okay,
Okay, episode 100 is
Yeah.
a giveaway.
that's it.
Our live episode is our 5-year anniversary.
We said that?
Yes.
And when is that?
Next year in April.
Our 5-year anniversary
Of
already?
the episode, yeah. Of the podcast.
What?
Yeah.
Impossible.
We've been doing it for 5 years, 2020.
Stop it. Are you
Yep.
serious?
Yep. So it'll be 5 years, and we'll have
No, something's wrong. Oh my God. From 2021.
2021.
Okay.
Yeah, it was right after the pandemic. So we've been doing it for 5 years. So at 5 years, we're going to have a live episode.
Okay, so we have some time.
So we have some time.
Because every time that we record one, I feel like, and people are probably wondering, they're stringing us along. They didn't record this week to kind of push it one more week. And it's like, that's not what's happening at all.
We're
Okay, so it's just a giveaway.
It's just a giveaway. And I already looked at, and I'm working on it. Something simple, what we had discussed. So
Okay. Okay, so I'm always glad when other people can do the research. Bro, the internet will kill you. The internet
it's not talked
will.
about.
No, we are going to talk about it. Okay, the internet will kill you. It's frightening to me. It's amazing, right? Because long time ago there was a documentary that was called "Don't F with Cats." Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
To this day don't even know what that case was about. Maybe a murder.
Somebody
maybe a
somebody
crime.
did something to cats online, and they found them.
Okay, well, so here's the thing. It was some sort of a crime that was committed, right? And apparently, from the little that I know, the cops couldn't identify who it was, or there was no justice that they were going to bring.
Right.
And the internet slowed down frame by frame
Yep.
and was able to piece together a name, an address, a location. That is insane to me. Fast forward to a completely different guy who travels to obscure places, does a video where he says, "Guess where I am?" And people guess where he's at from the very little information he's giving them.
Yep.
Right?
There's several of those guys because there's a guy. His channel's called Love Your Journey, Love My Journey, or Love Your Journey, something like that.
Okay.
And he has a watch company, and the advertisement that he's done has all been, he'll go and he'll sit somewhere, he'll set up a camera, he'll go live, he puts a timer, and he says, "Come find me," and he just sits there. And when somebody comes up to him and says, "Love your journey," he gives them a watch. Right?
I feel like that's the same thing that I was just saying.
No, it's a different guy. The one that you were talking about is a different guy.
You know that guy?
And then
So you've told me about this watch
yeah,
guy.
so this guy, he's gotten really, really, really famous. Like, there's people now that they find, because he's so popular. I think the fastest time is like 13 seconds. Somebody found him. That has to be somebody who probably was walking by and noticed who he was, and then they hid in a corner, like waiting for him to go live. And then they come running out. But there's another guy who took what you were saying about the guy. You were saying that he's like, okay, find where I'm at, and what he now does is he goes, send me your video and I'll find where you are. So people will send them a random video and be like, all right, here I am. Where am I? And then they'll do like a 360, and the guy will show you how he breaks it down piece by piece by piece by piece as to where you at.
Where you at?
Where you at?
Bro, high five! You just came up with the name of the episode. High five me, bro.
I didn't come up with it. You did. Anyways, so he does it. He does that.
Bro, you woke me up. Where you at?
Where you at?
Okay,
why are we talking about this?
I'm sorry. This is so funny.
Why are we talking about this? I don't even know why we're talking about this.
Well, I mean, I was saying something you were telling me about the Journey guy.
Yes. And then I said about this guy. Anyways, he finds out where you at. The end, I guess.
That totally threw you off.
It did.
You'll come back. It'll come back to you.
Maybe while we're watching football.
Maybe. Now, I have to walk it back and see what oh, okay. Yes, the internet destroying you. Got it. So, there's all these people that it's like, I love a good whodunit. Okay? I love going to the murder mystery. I love games where, like, at work, we have an annual murder mystery that we do for Halloween. And it was the first annual, the second annual. This is going to be the third annual one. So fun. They go all out. Everybody gets an envelope. You're a character. You have a background. You have written interactions that you have to do with specific characters. So you have to go find out who these characters are. Who are you? Oh, I'm Inspector Gadget. Okay. Now I look at my paper. All right. I look at my paper and I'm like, oh, you have to ask Inspector Gadget this question. Then they have to read their stuff to see if you are asked XYZ, this is how you're going to answer. So it's all amazing. I was the first one to adopt an accent for it, for my person. And then last year, I got one of my coworkers to also adopt an accent because you have to send voice recordings in the WhatsApp chat answering these things because that's we're working. So we're doing it as we're working, right? So it was so funny because I got somebody else to do that as well. But to think that I'm going to sit there in front of a computer and dissect something to solve a mystery, that's just too much time.
If you're getting paid for it.
No, you're not. No, these people are not getting paid for it.
Bro, they're getting paid through YouTube. They're getting the views.
What are you talking about?
This guy, the one that goes and he finds you, he gets millions of views.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Don't F with Cats. These were just people who solved a mystery that the cops couldn't solve. And they solved it, right? They were just people. That's all, right? And so this weekend, there was something that's blown up online. It's even made it to the news where in a Marlin Philly game, a lady got into an altercation with a dad who grabbed a baseball for his son, put it in his son's bag. The lady comes over yelling, screaming. You'll tell me in a minute what that face was for. Yelling, screaming, I want my ball back. And he caves and gives her the ball back. And the internet went wild.
Took 3 days.
But it went wild. So far as I saw last time, they identified the wrong woman.
Mm-hmm.
But they want, their goal is to get her fired from her job, to find out where she lives, to find, like, that's a little bit crazy to me that you could get a whole mob of people on the internet to expose you in such a way that could so negatively affect you. You know?
Honestly, she done messed up.
She did, I know, but what about the people who put out the wrong information about the person? And now the school even made a comment. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because supposedly they were like, oh, she works at this school. For the school to now have to go put out a comment out there saying, listen, this woman has never worked for us before, right? They found the name of somebody, right? And so now this person is being flooded with comments from people putting the nastiest things out there, because let me tell you, people on the internet are so nasty, right? And they're putting all these comments out to her just to find out, wrong woman, it isn't her.
They're saying that it is now confirmed that it is not her.
Correct, but
I'm saying it's 100% confirmed. And
she said, I wonder if I'm going to get apologies from all the people. So who knows what her Instagram or her Facebook looks like, full of comments of people.
She probably
did anybody come back and say, oops, sorry, that wasn't meant for you?
The problem is that the amount of time that it took for it to spread is not the same amount of time that it's going to take to negate what was said.
And the thing is, nobody ever takes back what they said.
No, they're not. No one's gonna redact what they said.
So it's just, dang. The internet.
It's a scary place.
It is. And I just. There are some people who are such good sleuths on the internet that I'm thinking, why don't the cops utilize them to, hey, come and help us with this case?
I'm sure they do. And I'm sure they have people that are, because the thing is that not everything lives on the internet. This is a case of something that was recorded and actually caught to you be able to see it on the internet, right? But in a murder case, in a heist, in a whatever other thing, that stuff is not recorded and put out there for you to have that evidence. This is evidence that's physical evidence that's sitting out there for you to be able to see. So, like in the case of this lady, once they figure out who she is, and the thing is that the people who were maybe doing some work towards getting to figure out who it was now stop because somebody said that they had found out who it was. But even though it's not, then they just leave it, and this just dies in the internet, and nothing happens to it. But last week at the tennis match, the CEO for a company stole a hat from a kid that a tennis player was giving him, and he was found out the next day.
Wow, I didn't know about this.
And the Coldplay...
Wait, he was handing him?
Yeah, so they were getting autographs from the tennis player, and the tennis player took off his hat and gave it to the kid, and the guy snatched it and threw it inside of his wife's bag. Right? And the tennis player didn't realize, because he was busy doing all the stuff that he was doing, signing autographs and moving around or whatever. And immediately they found out who it was. The tennis player reached out to the little kid. They met. It was fixed. The situation was fixed, and they found out who the guy was.
Wow.
And they've completely destroyed him too.
Wow.
The Coldplay, the CEO with his mistress HR manager, like that blew up immediately.
They found out who they were immediately.
Immediately. Like there was a lot of...
Almost like they had inside help.
Almost. But like...
I wonder who's like, thank God they're finally caught.
But I'm saying like these are things that happen, in the split of an eye when you're least expected. right? But it's not always the outcome that you think is going to be, because I honestly think that this lady's going to go. They're not going to find her.
I know. I think that it is going to die down only because they misidentified her.
Yeah.
And so that push, a lot of people have stopped reading about it.
Right.
I don't know. Are you seeing anything on your end
I saw
that is
it's
saying
still coming up today.
wrong,
No.
wrong lady?
No.
This
Now
is the
there's
wrong lady.
the new videos saying, "Oh, they've identified her. She's a teacher in New Jersey.
Oh.
Here's the address of the school."
Oh my.
And no, they're here's the phone number.
Oh boy.
So, do you imagine that school district, all the stuff that now they have to
Over
deal
the
with?
weekend. Do you know what they're going to come to on Monday morning?
Oh my goodness. Who knows? Who knows?
Wow.
But that is
I told you she didn't look like a Catholic school teacher.
Yeah. That's the way it is. It
Aren't
happens.
Catholic school teachers nuns?
No.
I think
not
so.
always.
Really?
Not always.
You done?
I'm done, baby.
Aww.
I'm ready for some relaxation on the couch.
Maximation.
Some football. Some delicious food. Are you okay?
I am. I'm interested that my chair's making a sound, so I just can. Oh,
So you got it.
oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So I just keep doing it because it's interesting.
Yeah, it's really loud.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, so we will be in Vegas, and we will have, I'm sure,
Plenty of pictures.
plenty of pictures,
Video and everything.
videos, and stories to tell.
Just so in case people are curious about it, how we ended up going to Vegas, and we'll close with this. It definitely, Vegas was never on my bucket list, but I feel like it was always on your bucket list. Somebody
Yes.
at work asked me this, like, why Vegas? What's taking? Especially since I've never been, right? You've never been there either. But for me, I just feel like I prefer more of the take me to the mountains, take me antique shopping, something beautiful sights and all that stuff, not congested cities. That's not me. Always wanted to go to New York, but I feel that it's because I've romanticized old New York, Friends, stuff like that, you know? The Mom.
By the way,
You have a faithful follower here.
I have
Just kidding, but not really.
I have a secret location that we're gonna go to.
Awesome.
That is a little bit of thrifting.
Oh, wow. So this was always your thing. For me, Vegas was always, that's where you go gamble, right? That's what, it's the lights and the gambling. That's it, right? But over the last year and a half, 2 years, whatever it is, we've really expanded our going out, our new experiences, Broadway shows, magic shows, all that stuff, right? So I feel that there was a metamorphosis of me where I feel like now I'm more open to going to places that I never would have considered before, only because of what it can offer me entertainment wise.
Right.
Okay. Because we were such homebodies, right? So who knew New York had so many shows? I mean, I guess.
Right.
It was just, I guess everyone but me knew that, right? It was like, yes, that's where you go see all the shows. So I'm so excited about all the shows. But then the more you look at, oh, look at this museum and look at this place and all that stuff, it just looks like you're going to a theme park, a really big adult theme park.
That's gonna take a few days to enjoy.
Right, you know, and there's just
Even
like
the mall, even just the mall area.
I can't even-
we talked about
Right.
is going to take time to walk through. And I'm not talking about like a mall where
This is where the street performers
it's like the street
are.
performers,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like a Times Square-ish
they
feel.
have like their own like
But it's a whole different
city
world.
in there, you know.
So it's just gonna be cool to see all that.
And then also, like, I've never been to any place where all the buildings are lit up at night, right? So even in that crowded state, right, there's a first experience, I guess. I don't know. It's just I'm easily dazzled, I feel. So
I feel like I'm gonna need to buy you one. You know those little leash that they put the kids on.
oh my gosh.
I'm gonna lose you, bro.
No, bro, contraire.
You're gonna be like this.
I'm gonna be your shadow. You're my group activity leader.
Also, I should get one of the little flags.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm
One
gonna buy.
person.
And I'm gonna buy you the arrow, the little headband that says with the little arrow, like the Sims.
You know that some guy did that to his wife, right?
At Disney.
I
Smart.
saw that.
He said he never lost her.
I saw.
He said he knew where she was the whole time. Anyways,
Alrighty. Au revoir.
we're gonna
We'll
back
come
with a
back
lot
with
of
stories.
I'm sure you guys are
In
gonna enjoy it.
fact, everything that happens in Vegas gets talked about on the
talked about on the
this and
chat.
that chat. We are gonna tell all.
Yeah.
It's the tell all. Look, we're already even picking titles for the next one.
No, it's what happens in Vegas gets shared on the chat. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the episode. I already forgot the name of the name for that we picked.
Who that?
Who that? No. Where you at? No.
Oh wait. What? It's not who that. Who that is this guy?
Is the no who that is the Saints. Where you at?
No. No.
Yeah, it's where you at. Where you at? Where he goes around and he finds you and he finds out where you at. We'll go back and look. Anyways,
For real? That
think
sounds so normal now.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't work.
Wait.
It doesn't work.
No, it does totally work. But why does it sound so normal now? When you said it, it sounded like you
Because it was
said
funny.
it.
It was funny to you when it was said in that context. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
And I need to go back and hear it.
Hope you enjoyed the episode.
This is like when you try to spell a word and it doesn't sound right, and you're like, how do you spell how? Go ahead.
Just say goodbye because I'm not starting again. All right, goodbye now. See you next time.